Oh yeah, keep it going. Keep the music going. Why is this what I'm... Okay. Any tips will be donated to the girls here. I'm just kidding, I like this shirt a lot, I'm gonna keep it, but thank you. That's it, stop, please stop. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys were there. I don't want to be behind you. They call me one of the OGs of Lafayette comedy. Because when people see me coming, they're like, oh, geez. Guys, we recently found out my grandmother had Alzheimer's. When we found out, my mom freaked out. She was worried it might be hereditary. I said, Mom, if you're with a woman with Alzheimer's, how come I'm the one who forgot your birthday? She said, what the fuck did you just say to me? I said, forget it. But she did. She has Alzheimer's? Okay. We're gonna move on. We recently found out my grandmother has Alzheimer's. And when we found out, my mom freaked out. Because she was worried it might be hereditary. This usually does better. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna skip this joke. Sorry, that's not very professional of me. You guys are gonna like this one though. So we recently found out my grandmother had Alzheimer's. Are you guys laughing at my body? Are you guys? What's happening? I didn't even do the punchline yet. Are you guys body shaming me? All right, well I'm gonna do my set now. We recently found out my grandmother has Alzheimer's. Guys, what happened to my clothes? All right, and that's part of the set where I pretend to also have Alzheimer's. Give it up for Alzheimer's awareness, not the disease itself. I don't want the disease to hear the claps and then be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll keep going. Anyway, make some noise if you had a single dad growing up. Anybody have a single dad growing up? Not me, I had not one single dad growing up. Not even one. I'm one gender away from working here. I'm telling you that. By the way, this whole thing does take time and money away from the girls who work here. So make sure that you hang out and tip them after this, please. That's them saying I'm right. If you guys also, if you want to throw money on the stage for me, I will donate it to them. If anybody wants to buy me a lap dance or 7, one for each girl, perhaps. That's all fine with me, as long as everybody's happy that comedy's happening. Anyway, my dad used to make my dad used to use words like therefore in conversations to try to make himself sound smart. Hey Dad, why don't you try being there for your son? Therefore. You guys know him or something? Jealous. Nah, he does not like these jokes. He says, I don't understand what's so funny about me not being around. I said, I don't know, Dad, I guess you just had to be there. You guys can laugh. You smile. Some of you are smiling, some of you are chuckling, but you guys can let out a full guffaw, because right now I feel like one of my speakers is broken, and it's this one. And I'm only getting noise on this side. My wife thought it'd be hot if I pretended to be her dad. So I got her mom pregnant and left town. That's what I did. Did everybody see that? You guys thought my dick was shaped like a rectangle. That's what you guys thought, for real. But it's not. These are just more jokes. My wife is like a fine wine. That's why I only take her out of the cellar on special occasions. You know what I mean? Just gonna let her breathe. All right. Not a big wine crowd. That's okay, I have a beer version of that joke. My wife is like a fine beer. She makes me feel like shit. Okay. This hole was not supposed to be there, by the way. I bought these underwear at Ross. Ross was like, "You want some Calvin Klein underwear with a joke hole?" I said, "Yes, please." Let me get that. That's also already what people call my underwear hole, is the joke hole. It's on account of what my penis is like. Hey, I was today years old when I learned this. The CK in Louis CK stands for Calvin Klein. What's crazy about that is there is no dick hole for this underwear. There's no way for me to whip my dick out right now. All right, well that was to my hero, Louis CK. I like my women like I like my coffee. All over my lap in a McDonald's drive-thru. Did I lose you at DICK hole? All right, well, I like to tell people I have a psych degree, and then when they ask to see it, I'm like, psych. I don't know what I'm doing with my feet. I don't know what I'm doing with my whole life, honestly. I lost my family to my gambling problem. Bet a guy $50 he could kill my whole family. You don't have to have your arms crossed, but I understand. I didn't really have my family killed. I cannot afford to lose $50 right now. I miss when Louisiana had two genders. Remember that? Back when we had two genders? We had Bobby Gender and his wife, Sabrina Gender. All right, well. These cars don't throw very good. What if all right, you don't care. Did you know if you play any Zeppelin record backwards, my dad will yell at you? What does that say? Yeah, why isn't there a sequel to Ghost? What's wrong? Who's not around that can't be in it? Oh, the dead guy? He can't play the ghost? All right, well that's why I skipped that joke. That is why I threw it. Matched with the girl on Tinder. Said she was a commodities broker. I was like, oh, you like commodities? You want to see some other commodities nuts? You're not going to get very many of these nuts jokes from other good comics, but I'm going to deliver on one more, I think. But I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's right now. My girl wanted to see the Odyssey movie. We're making a movie about the Odyssey. She wanted to see it. I said, bitch, the Odyssey was about the commodities nuts. Was I late yet? I can't see. That's all right. I have more underwear jokes. They're not jokes about underwear. They were just in my underwear. All right, fine. I won't do those then. These are in my butt. If I throw these, are you gonna pick them up? They were in my butt. I trained all day for this show. I didn't eat until seconds ago. All right, I'm sweating. Anybody else sweating? Is it hot in here, or is it just my body? Is it just my sexy body? I'm so mad I had to follow a hot girl. That's fucked up. That's like if they had like the dancers dance and then we did this. That would be crazy. They'll have to like soften your penises. Some of the women would even have to soften their penises. It's 2026. Women got dicks. Speaking of which, lady boys do prefer to be called Caucasians. That's something you should know, and that I know from experience. But yeah, my doctor called me into the office, said, I got some news that's gonna be tough to hear. You have tough to hear. I still don't know what I have. A few minutes left, I hope. To live, probably. But yeah, a feminist asked me if I was an ally. I was like, yeah, ally to get some pussy. I will, though. Every one of my jokes is a lie except the joke about lying. That one is true. You ever piss so hard you wake up? And Isaac, you can walk all over these jokes. These are my throwaway jokes. Someone asked me if I ever took the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name in vain? So it depends. Is the Lord's name heroin? Usually gets a standing ovation. Didn't realize I was in a church. Thought I was in the opposite of a church. Thought that I was... Whatever, you guys are here. I have no problem being here. I saw a sign that said, drive like your kids live here, so I drove to the store for a pack of cigarettes and never came back. But yeah, it's true. You couldn't make two girls, one cup today. My mom and my aunt are retired. They are retired from that business. Are y'all mad that I have more jokes in my fucking Spanx? That was nice. I think safe sex is overrated. I had safe sex one time and the bank fired us both. Sex in a safe. One time I did that joke and somebody thought I had sex with the safe. That makes no sense. Unless, no, I don't know. Did you know you can confess to any crime if you started off with when I was a kid? I'll show you. When I was a kid, I haven't paid my taxes since 2017. Didn't think so. You guys like that? One person liked it. I have a program that will multiply your laughter times 50 and make it look like I got a lot of laughs. But yeah, babies are nothing like Polaroids, I'll tell you that right now. When you shake them, it actually makes them develop slower. That's a pretty good joke. It's a pretty good joke. Write that down, because if you don't write that down, you might make a mistake that you don't want to make. Did you guys know, have you watched the Diddy documentary? Yeah. You guys know he made people sign NDAs? So no one would find out he was fucking dudes NDAs? Did you like me? Alright. Good, I have a bunch more. Did you know that people with ALS prefer that you don't call them disabled? They like when you say they're ice bucket challenged. That usually gets a standing ovation. That's fucked up. Hey, which do you guys think came first, the chicken or my cousin Dale? It was my cousin. Chickens don't like that. They prefer you don't. Did you know if you sit on your hand for a really long time before you go hitchhiking, it feels like someone else is jacking off a truck driver? No, we're not gonna do another jacking off joke. We're gonna do, okay. You guys ready for the last two jokes?
Yeah.
Garrett, shut the fuck up. Way too sexy to be on this show. And that's not gay, that's just true. But it's also gay. Are you guys mad at me for being gay for a second? God damn. It's okay. Make some noise if you have a pocket pussy at home. I asked you a fucking question. pussy is what my bullies used to call me when I wore cargo shorts. I have a pocket pussy right now, honestly. In there, yep, that's what she said, yep. This is the first time I've done the pocket pussy joke while having a pocket over my pussy, so, anyway, last night I had sex. I do have more jokes, goddamn. I'm gonna skip them, but I do have more. Last night I had sex with a translator. Turns out her love language was getting her dick sucked. All right, I'm John Merrifield. Good night, everybody.